Here on Madison HD Sportsnet, presented by the JMU Alumni Association, I'm joined by men's head soccer coach Tom Martin. Coach, you guys had a really good weekend in Nashville, 2 wins.
We did. It was very rewarding and a very enjoyable ride home, even though it was 8 hours. You know, it made the trip a lot shorter.
Well, first off, 2-1 win over Belmont. What did you see that you liked so much in that game? Obviously with the own goal to get things going, but moving forward.
I thought the kids played really well. We got an early goal, and what's important in a game of soccer, to me, everybody preaches, oh, you've got to score early. Sometimes that can be the kiss of death. You score too early, and it takes off all your energy, all your intensity. You lose a little bit of focus because it may have been easy to come by. We had a good attack and a good chance at goal. It went in off of one of their guys, so technically it counts as an own goal. But it was a good build-up in that series, and we didn't lose our momentum. Again, you want to get that early goal, but what's more important in a game, I feel, is that you get the first goal. Doesn't matter when it happens, but you get the first goal. And that kind of can set the tone for who's chasing the game and who's controlling the game. Well, we kept our intensity up, and then we scored on a series of a nice build-up and a couple nice combinations. Ball came from the back. Derek Schmidt to Josh Grant scored a great goal, and we were up 2-0. And we had the game pretty much in command. But again, numbers sometimes belie what's really happening. A 2-0 goal, according to a 2-0 lead, according to a lot of people, is a very dangerous lead to have, because the next goal is all about momentum. If they get it, it's a barn burner. If you get it, it can pretty much kill the game off. We didn't get it, and Belmont got a goal with approximately 5 minutes left. We defended it very well, but it was a deflected goal, went in off of one of our defenders trying to block a shot. Now we've got probably 4 or 5 minutes of a fire drill. Balls everywhere, bodies everywhere, but the kids killed the game off, defended really well. It was a good result for us. It was Belmont's home opener. They'd been on the road, a well-coached team who's going to get better as the season goes on, and we responded and killed the game off. Lipscomb was the team receiving votes in the top 20, undefeated. Even though it was a neutral field, it's about 5 minutes away from their campus. It's a very difficult game for us. They had the upper hand in the first half, probably more so than we did, but weren't able to score. We defended well. Kyle Morton made a couple very good saves. And the last 10 minutes of the game, we can't wait. We'll probably do it tomorrow to show the video to our kids. It may have been the best soccer we played. We pinned them in. We kept the ball in their end. We had a nice series of possessing the ball in the attacking third of the field. It was just like our energy level turned up. And you're playing on an artificial surface, and it's hot, and it's magnified by the reflection of the sun, and you usually wear down. And I think that's kind of what happened a little bit to Lipscomb. They wore down. We had a nice series of build-up passes. We swung the ball wide to Jamal. He cut across the box, played it in. John Barton had a sweet turn, just a really, really good turn. I saw it on video this morning, stuck a ball on the side net. Just a great goal with 2 minutes left, and then that was up to us to just find a way to kill the game off. But we scored 2 very nice goals, which ended up being game-winning goals, and it was really a good weekend. And as I said, all joking aside, an 8-hour trip, there's nothing short about it, but the fact that we got 2 victories made it seem a lot shorter to everybody.
Yeah. 3 victories on the road now this season, too.
Yeah, figure that one out. I mean, I don't have an answer for that one. We will gladly take them. And, you know, sometimes you have years and seasons where if it wasn't for bad luck, you don't have any luck. We've had some of those games in the past, but the own goal, even though it was a result of some good attacking play on our part, it's kind of about time we got one of those. And that really helped our confidence and our ability, and kids were able to take advantage of it.
Moving forward, the schedule these upcoming next 2 weeks, not the easiest schedule in the world. First off, Friday night, Robert Morris. Then you got West Virginia, Furman, Virginia.
Yeah.
It doesn't get easy.
I don't know who the schedule maker was, but we'll probably have to have a word with him. It's not the most advisable schedule that you'd like, especially in this stretch, with a team that is playing some inexperienced players. But at the same time, we want to look at the positives. You get to play teams like this, whether it's at home or on the road, you absolutely have to play them. It makes you a better team. It's used as a measuring stick of where you are. And we start with Robert Morris, which is a heavy international team, very talented, very explosive team. People don't know much about, but they'll be there at the end of the day. And they'll be good. Very explosive team, which will be tough for us to handle. Those are teams we don't match up with well. So we'll have to be more organized as a team defensively rather than just individually. West Virginia, always super talented. They've lost a couple games this year that they should have won, but they beat some very good people in a tough schedule, and they're almost invariably a top 20 team every year. And I think they'll be there at the end too. Furman in and out of the top 20 last year, Virginia top 10. I mean, you got to travel to get some of those people on your schedule, but we'll take the trip to Charlottesville anytime we can get it. And it's just over the mountain, and it's a good trip, and it'll be a good midweek game for us. But very difficult, but at the same time, it's what we intended to set us up for the conference. The conference is very strong, a lot of top teams. Delaware's probably top 10 this week when the polls come out. There's some other teams doing extremely well. Hopefully these games will prepare us for the conference schedule to get the guys in the same mindset that, look, we have to be ready for every single game. That's the big thing. And by playing good teams out of conference, hopefully that'll put us in that mindset.
I think I saw Delaware checked in at number 11 this week.
No surprise to me, and I think they'll be higher. They've got a well-coached team. Everybody's back. Good staff. Good schedule. They're getting results at home and on the road. And they were the conference favorite. You know, they've got a Spanish delegation of players that are not only good players but pretty good guys from what I know of them. And they're clicking. They're on all cylinders, and they mix that with a pretty good group of very solid, very competent American players. And again, I've got a lot of respect for the coach. Ian's done a great job, and that program has just continued to be on the ascent for the last 5 or 6 years. Very, 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 very good, well-run program.
Well, as we said, this Friday night, JMU does take on Robert Morris. It's a 7:30 kick this time. It will follow the first leg of a JMU soccer doubleheader at University Park when the women take on Appalachian State. JMU's next game will be Tuesday against West Virginia. Both these games are vuvuzela games. I asked Coach Lombardo, what do you think of these vuvuzelas? They get annoying to you, or you like them?
I think they're great.
Yeah.
I think they're absolutely fantastic. When they came on the scene with the 2010 World Cup in South Africa, it took me a while to adjust the volume on my TV because it was a constant drone of vuvuzelas. But what it does is it provides atmosphere, it provides environment, it makes the soccer game much more of a social setting, and that's what the game has to be about to continue to grow in this country too. People look forward to that. I mean, noise is part of the game. You don't have the timeouts like you do in other sports, or the natural breakages in time where you can blare the PA system, or you can have announcements or songs, etc. I just think it's part of the game. It's part of that whole atmospheric component that creates an atmosphere. Players like it, coaches like it, and the people that get the vuvuzelas really like it.
Well, 3-1 the last 4 games. 2 tough games this weekend. Coach, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. My pleasure.